I'm Dr. Biaggi, and this is your Musicology Smackdown. At age 59, most folks are getting ready for retirement, enjoying their last few years of continence and sexual stamina, and listening to old recordings that make them feel young again. Tom Petty, on the other hand, is still making recordings that make him feel young again, but he's kind of old. Tom Petty has been in the biz for what feels like an eternity, but is actually 7 days in Triceratops years. He has brought us classics like Last Dance with Mary Jane, Won't Back Down, and Don't Come Around Here No More, now a sad reference to arthritis. This week, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers release Mojo, their 12th studio album. Having celebrated their 30th anniversary in 2006, maybe they should think about changing their name. I, for one, suggest Tom Petty and the Pacemakers. Although, even now, the band continues to sell out shows, and throughout Petty's career he sold around 60 million albums. In addition to the Heartbreakers, Petty has performed with his first band, Mudcrutch, and with the Traveling Wilburys, a supergroup comprised of Petty on guitar and vocals, Bob Dylan on guitar and vocals, George Harrison on guitar and vocals, Roy Orbison on guitar and vocals, Jeff Lynne on guitar and vocals, and the Grim Reaper on tambourine. In fact, the Reaper has his own name for the band, a royal flush. Petty has also performed as a solo act under his own name, as well as under the pseudonyms Charlie T. Wilbury Jr. and Muddy Wilbury. Incidentally, those are also the names under which he scores pot. Petty grew up in Gainesville, Florida, and his interest in rock and roll began when at age 10 he met Elvis. Petty has also said that he knew he wanted to be in a band the moment he saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. It was also at that moment he knew he wanted to become a lifelong drug addict. The Heartbreakers had a slew of hits, including the woefully overplayed but goddamn it's still catchy as hell Free Fallin', which has free fallen through the hands of every disc jockey to ever want to envision himself curing a midlife crisis / male pattern baldness by buying a sports car, rolling the top down, and driving through the American West. Their latest album, Mojo, is blues-based, countrified, and jammy, in the style of the Allman Brothers, with tracks like Jefferson Jericho Blues, Running Man's Bible, High in the Morning, and the jammy single, First Flash of Freedom. Petty's voice still sounds as weird and Neil Youngish, but distinctive as ever. But you get the sense that at 59, he's really starting not to give a shit. The band recorded the tracks live, and post-production has been kept to a minimum. Now, that might be because when you turn down your hearing aid, no one thing sounds any worse than another, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt, shall we? There's some serious Americana happening in the lyrics, too. An electric blues rocker about Thomas Jefferson getting it on with Sally Hemings, or a story about a run-in with the law when a carload full of rubes decide to party with a bunch of local motel maids. There's even a reggae number, for those of you wondering if Petty is still on the ganja. The man is, if nothing else, consistent. Well, he won't back down, that's for sure. So let's give the man some credit, shall we? This is Dr. Biaggi telling you to turn it up.